How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking on the new memorable battle versus Beast Gohan.
Like I told you, King Piccolo was the old me. This is not gonna end like it did before.
Guess it's my turn.
Alright, so for this video, we're going to be focusing on taking down this fight, utilizing the no items and the all types mission. So we have an all types team, right? One of each typing, and we're utilizing the same team we used for the gammas. And which, if you haven't seen that video, I will link it in the description. But it's basically a team that doesn't utilize any of the new Part 2 units other than a friend Beast Gohan, which I think is kind of necessary to help ensure that we get the no item run. However, you know, if you have your own Beast, then just swap him in for, you know, one of the other characters, and as long as it doesn't take away from your typing, right? So like you could swap him out for STR Gogeta, right, and not use him. So like I mentioned with the gammas, right, obviously lower dupe level, because of how tanky the later phases are, you know, lower dupe levels are going to struggle to put out damage, so crit is really important. So having units like the blue boys, if you have them, who auto crit, are going to be really helpful getting through those later fights. But we'll see how this goes. We do have, I mean, this is honestly a pretty good opening turn, all things considered. We got at least half his health done. And of course, we do still have the next rotation here. And just like with the Gamma stage, we don't have either of our Bond of Parent-Child allies on the rotation, which means that Vegeta and Trunks do not have their passive up, and of course they each a type disadvantage Super Supplement. The same thing happened in the Gamma's fight. This is unfortunate, but we should still be able to tank it. Yeah, 300k. We do get stunned, which means we do lose a turn of stacking, and like I mentioned in the other video, right, these fights are like mid-range fights, so you know, you'll be finishing them around, you know, 8 to 10 turns, maybe longer, again, depending on your dupe level. So a unit like Vegeta and Trunks actually has a lot of time to get built up to be relatively tanky and remain in their slot 1 spot pretty safely. Even though we did take that type disadvantage super to start, other than this first turn where we didn't have our Bond of Parent-Child ally to proc their passive, that we were fine. Alright, and we actually do manage to squeeze out an attack out of Vegito Blue, which is nice. He can get some attack raise. And that takes us into the Power Awakening Piccolo, Stage 2. Shouldn't be... I don't think this stage is too terribly difficult. I think where the difficulty kind of spikes is in the next phase when we go orange. So, I think we're going to put Beast here in the front so he can get a little more build. Obviously, we would want it on Piccolo, but I honestly, Piccolo's not going to get hit after this turn, more or less, so it's really not that big of a deal. Alrighty, there we go. We get the extra super with Beast Gohan. Alright, so you can see how much damage we're putting. Hey, we get another one. Cool. So you can see how much damage we're actually putting out with Beast Gohan here. That is why he's kind of very helpful for this fight. So we do want to make sure that we are utilizing him to the best we can. That messed me up. I totally thought that was our super. No, that was his super. And he sealed Beast Gohan after he tagged. Okay, that really messed me up there. I was like, wait, what's going on? Why do we only do 12 down? No, that was his super. Okay, there we go. All right. So Gogeta, hopefully we can get a little build out of him. We get the extra super. Yes. All right, we get the extra super. And there we go. We get another. Perfect. So we do get a lot more build out of him than we did out of Vegito. All right, perfect.
Think about the next fight, or think about your pride. Saiyan blood flows in your veins. If you're my son, as you claim, then I won't tolerate you losing to anyone.
I will get stronger. Stronger than the enemy, and stronger than you.
Alrighty, so we actually are on turn 4 and just now proccing their passive. It's a good thing we do have type advantage here. So hopefully we can actually get some defensive stack here and not get sealed by a slot 1 super. Yes, perfect. Okay, so we can make up for that lost turn. Not the best, but like I said, because the fight is decently long enough, they can actually build up enough defense to survive well enough in this fight in slot 1. And, you know, it'll be helpful. All right, here we go. So hopefully Gogeta here can get a few extra supers. And yeah, you know, looking at his HP, between Gogeta and the Blue Boys, we actually should be able to finish this turn. There we go. Alright, we get the normal, and now Gogeta eats super. This should be fine. We are still with our guard. Yep. Perfect. And here we go. Blue Boy is going to wrap up this phase and take us into the orange Piccolo part of the fight. Done. Alright, excellent. So, now, the trick with this fight here is that he actually does slot lock. And y'all know how much I hate slot locking, but depending on who he locks, it may or may not be a big deal. Oh, dude, he locked off Piccolo. Okay, that's rough. Okay, so what do we do here? Okay, yeah, let's put Beast here. Alright, so that way he can get hit first. And then, I guess we just take this with Vegito. Yeah, let's do that. And then, okay, so we have type advantage here, so we should be able to take advantage. And there goes the super. How much is this going to do to Beast Gohan on this turn? Oh, nice. Okay, perfect. But yeah, having that friend Beast, very, very helpful. Of course, we're going to crit this turn. Nice. And we get the extra super for 11 million. And because we did do still the unit super this turn, we're going to have a greater chance of doing a critical hit with Vegito Blue. Now, of course, we don't get the 24 key, which could cause a problem here in terms of getting more damage out. But, I mean, we're still going to... Having type advantage, I think, is still going to help us get a pretty decent chunk out of here. There we go. We get another one. There we go. Ah, no, it's a normal. Okay. Alright, and now we just dodge everything. Perfect. All right, nice. So now we have Gogeta with his guaranteed dodge transformation. And we are still in the AGL phase, but we can transform our Gogeta Blue. So let's go ahead and let's start by doing that because that's going to help us the most here. Alrighty, perfect. So, I'm not sure how long we're going to spend in the next phase, so I don't know that I want to rotate Vegeta and Trunks off just yet. I think we should just keep them right here. And between eating a suit, these dudes are taking lots of supers here. I don't like this. At least they didn't lock anybody this turn. Ooh, boy. Okay. Wow, that was a lot of damage. 600k. But we're alive. Barely. Barely alive, but we are alive. Alright, so there we go. We get the extra super with Vegeta and Trunks. Okay, so we really need to get out of this phase. So hopefully next turn, we're entering the final phase against Beast Gohan, because then we can activate the target skills. The trick with this strategy, and I mentioned it with the Gammas, is to time your target skills on the turn after the blue duos lose their guaranteed dodge, so that way they're protected. Because that way they can, they can do what they need to do without having to worry about the enemy striking back and, oftentimes getting a lot of damage put out of there. Okay, we might not be able to kill here. That's not good. There's one. Oh, yeah, we're definitely not gonna. So, you see what I'm talking about, right? Even my characters who, I mean, basically everybody here, aside from Gogeta, is rainbowed, are struggling to put out the damage on him. Alright, here we go. So, looks like we're going to have one more turn here. Again, I don't know that I want to use the... dude, he locked them. Alright. That's tough. Okay. Oh man, that's tough. All right, let's grab that. Grab that with Beast Gohan. And then let's do that. All right, so they should actually kill them. It just means we're not going to get any extra build on anybody. And there goes the extra super, which should do the trick. Excellent. And that drives us into the final phase against Beast Gohan. So, first things first, we're going to do our target skill with... we're going to do our target skill with Gogeta.
Keep up with me.
Nice. That's a pretty healthy chunk. Alright, so let's grab that with Orange Piccolo. So we're gonna get a lot of build with our Gogeta Blue here, and then we're gonna get Vegeta and Trunks off, so that way, if we have to, we can use Giant Form next turn to at least avoid the supers. So, one thing to note about avoiding the supers this turn, any turn really, is that he has a very specific place for supers. His supers are scripted. So you see, like, that super right there, that's his first super, right? And that first super is always going to show up on the, I believe it's the 5th attack. Yeah, it's always his 5th one, and then his next one won't be until his 13th attack, but then he'll do 2 supers, right? So if that 13th happens to fall early on a turn, and it just continues that pattern. So I'll show you guys the breakdown at the end of the video, but I mean, it's pretty easy to avoid his supers, right? But if you have target skill, it doesn't matter, right? Because Gogeta, not going to get touched by the super if you're using his skill, right? Beast, not going to take any damage, as we're going to see on the next turn, from his super if we're using the target skill. So honestly, there's really not a whole lot to worry. If you take advantage of these skills, it's a non-issue. But if you don't have the characters or don't have the ability to do so, then obviously you should pay attention to when he's supering so you can keep track of how many supers he's doing. All right, see, there you go. So that was the 13th action right there, which means the next action should be at 3 actions. So there's going to be 1 in the first slot there. But let's use Beast's target skill here.
Is that all you've got?
All right, excellent. So with that, we can actually avoid the super entirely. So on Gogeta, on the first slot there's gonna be an attack, right? Guaranteed. Wow. Okay, I was hoping we can do a little better on Ki there, but I guess not. So let's just take that. We're gonna get the Dokkan attack with him, which is fine. I do think that's the better option. We're going to keep Beast on because I feel like he's going to be more helpful to us if we come back around to this rotation.
Time to get serious.
All right, here we go. So we're going to get the Dokkan attack with Gogeta. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's a lot better. All right. Nice. And we get the additional normal. Another additional normal. There we go. We do get a super. Alrighty, excellent. There's that super that I was talking about. And of course, it's going to hit Beast pre-super. But I think we can survive this. Oh yeah, look at that. 80k. Perfect. And that's a 2.4 million super there, by the way. There we go. So we hit back with our own damage. Much, much better. Now, if we're lucky, we'll get the triple super here. Nice. Alright, we didn't quite get the triple super. We did throw out a 4.5 million normal. Alright, and I'm actually pretty sure, unless we just really suck with additionals here, we should actually be able to finish with the blue boys. There's 1. Get a normal. There we go. We get an additional super. Nice. Hey, we get another one. Excellent. Oh, we might actually do this. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. And there goes that other super, right? So as you're seeing, right, once we hit that point, it's basically every 4 to 5 supers. It becomes pretty consistent where he's going to super. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead. Let's do... let's see. Let's do Vegito Blues.
Take a good long look. This is the true power of Vegito. Final Kamehameha!
Nice. All right, so that is pretty close. We should have put him in slot 3. That's a huge mistake on our part. So we're gonna take a big risk here. I don't because he's supered at the end there. He won't be supering slot 1. We know that due to the scriptedness there. So we can take advantage of that. All right, excellent. All right, and I think Gogeta Blue does finish this. Yep, perfect. So there you have it, folks. There is the all types and no item mission for the Memorial Battle Beast Gohan stage. It's a tad bit difficult, especially compared to the others. Like I said, this is probably like a high medium difficulty event, right? Like it's just on the cusp of the difficulty event of the 9th anniversary. It just, you know, with certain team setups, you can make quick and light work of it. So before we close out the video, I did want to show you guys something over on the Dokkan info side of things. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to transition over to here so you guys can see this, because I think it's really important to note what's happening here. So with Beast Gohan, if you're struggling with this specific part of the fight, right, all you need to do is sort of look at what's happening here, right? You can see here that, right, his actions are absolutely scripted. His normals do 700k, but he has 500k defense, which is honestly, it's not super low, but it's low enough that most characters should be able to clear that with ease. But his super does 2.5 million, so that's and then greatly lowers defense after it hits, so that can be very dangerous. So you need to know when those supers are coming. So his first action is always a normal, right? First action is always the normal. His second action is a 3 action countdown, right? So it'll tell you, hey, in 3 attacks, I'm going to super you. So you need to be aware of that, right? So looking at whatever your attack placement is, wherever that 5th attack is going to be a super. So you can use that to your advantage to put somebody there you know is going to tank the super. Because again, it's 2.4 million. After that, his next super doesn't occur until action 13. Then the next one after that is very, very quick turnaround at action 16 over here, right? And then from there, right, you've got, right, 4, 8, 12, right? Here it is. Yeah, no, 4, 8, and then right here, 9, 10 actions, and then he does a super attack again. And then you have another 3 actions, and he does it again, right? So it's pretty consistent. So it's super attack, 10 actions, super attack. 3 actions, super attack, 10 actions, super attack, 3 actions, super attack, and it repeats that pattern. So if you can pay attention to that while fighting Beast Gohan, you're actually able, you can actually make sure that you never get hit by that super, and keep yourself relatively safe from that, and be able to take him down, especially if you're going to use a team like the one we use. So guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what team did you use to take down the Beast Gohan memorable battle? And if you did, now that you've got the equips, right, we'll be putting a video on with these guys with their equips, but let us know what how the units, Beast Gohan and the other superhero units are going for you now that you've beaten this stage and used their equips. Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.